Okay, so this is a story I wanted to tell you. Was I told you the other? Did I tell you about Rascal Flats the other day?
What?
Okay. So anyway, there's a story, right? So I was at work one day and like I was singing this song, the song "Life Is a Highway," and it's
Right.
like it's by Rascal Flats. And I was with my coworker and I said to him, that that song was made for the movie Cars, a Disney Pixar movie. Yeah. And he says, "How do you know that and why?" I said, "I don't know, man. I grew up with it and it's stuck in my head. Forever have that knowledge." And I said, "Now, ask me another Rascal Flatts song." And he's like, "What's another Rascal Flatts song?" I was like, "I can't name one because I don't know any Rascal Flatts songs." Until the other day, I was with this girl, and shout out Kiki. We were in the car, and I found out that there was this other Rascal Flatts song that I knew that I didn't know that I knew. It was like something about like the cheating girlfriend or something, and it goes like in a while, da da da. What could no? It's the one where it goes, "What hurts the most is being
All right.
so
You
close."
got.
That one. I didn't know it was by him though. I was like, oh, that's by Rascal Flatts. That's because all country singers sound the same to me. But long story short, I was like, oh shit, I do. I know
I
two
don't
Rascal
even
Flatts
think they're
songs.
from country. I think Rascal Flats is from Pittsburgh. They don't quote me on that,
I
but
don't.
there's some reason I want to know that.
I'm not saying
But
where they're from. I'm just saying like the genre of music.
right, I get what you're saying, but
Mm-hmm.
they're pop. They're using country set, but they're pop.
They're pop.
Okay. Yeah, they make pop
They're
records.
pippity pippity pop.
They're not like there's a few of those guys that make pop records, you know
Not
what I
hippity
mean?
hop, but the pippity pop.
What the fuck are you talking about,
They're crippity pop now because they're making Crip records. I don't know. I'm just making up shit.
man? Wow.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying some stuff. You know how it goes. So, Coach, what's on the docket today? What do you got on your brain, on your mental?
A few things. A few things we're gonna talk about. Um, sure. There's a. We're gonna get into that. We'll get into that a little later, though, about the banning of people on
Social media, the witch hunt.
social. Yeah, some sites like Facebook got a couple people the other day. We'll talk about that a little bit. And speaking of, they're trying something in Canada with Instagram by you can't see the likes in the I guess on the comments or something like that on somebody's picture anymore. It's supposed to be some kind of like bully, anti-bully or social
So
anxiety,
you couldn't
social media
see the
anxiety.
likes on people's stuff no more.
Can't see the likes. No, they're testing it in Canada.
Oh,
It's
sorry. There has to be an interruption made here. Today is my mother's birthday, so I want to dedicate this episode to my mom's. Love you, mom.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, mama. All right, so now anyway, go ahead. Talk about no. So no likes. So like, how am I supposed to patrol and know if a girl's a low key cutie or not?
No, I'm saying you'll see it,
Oh,
but other people won't see it.
they won't see your likes, like what you liked on other people's stuff.
Yeah, they won't see nobody. You'll only see who liked it and that. Nobody else. It'll so basically be, I guess you just posting a picture and there's nothing there. No likes or whatever, however it goes on. I
So
don't really go on Instagram that much.
so like when you get on okay, so when you get on Instagram, you won't even see who liked it. You'll just see that there's this many likes.
Yeah. So to
That's
that effect. Well, I'm saying nobody. Like if I go to your picture
mm-hmm.
and you post a picture, I'm not gonna see the likes. I'm not sure if if it's your picture and you go on there, you're gonna be able to see the analytics, but I don't know if you're gonna be able to see who liked it, but you'll see that somebody liked it harder than whatever they do on Instagram.
That's insanity.
It's something
Cause
that
that's like that feels my ego when someone I likes my picture. I'm like, oh shoot, she thinks I'm cute. I mean, you go on Facebook, we be like, oh damn, Instagram, and then like there be like people that follow you, be like, who is this person? I don't know who this person is. You telling me like I
right.
won't be able to see that? Psh, that'd be upsetting. And you're saying
I
other
think it's
people
the
wouldn't be
I
able to
think
see
it's
that.
the that factor is that other people can't be like, oh, I didn't. They got how'd they get 1,000? You know how
Or
Dudes is like that now too. Like
yeah,
they're falling apart because they ain't getting all the likes and all that bullshit. Yo.
yeah, or like your girlfriend goes, "Why did Trisha like your picture?
Yeah,
Why is
that could
she?"
save a lot of that.
And you're just like, I don't even know who Trisha is, man. Like shit.
Yeah, you know who Trisha is,
You
Dev.
know.
Stop playing.
He said,
Stop playing.
you know who Trisha is.
Yeah, it
I
was
know a
just one of
Trisha.
those. It's just one of those things. I think they're trying to like ease. That's what we'll get into when we get to that part of it about like way it's going with. Is it like freedom of speech or is it like everybody's just too fucking soft to me, man. To be honest, people are getting soft as shit. You know, they can't like if social media bothers you, bro.
You need to take his seat.
You have deeper rooted issues and the people around you should know. Granted, there's a lot of people that don't have people around them, so some of that slips through the crack, but the average everyday Joe that's in like a school setting and all that, people know there's something ain't right, and then it turns into the law, like what do we do to interact with it or how do we stop it, because there's laws and shit like that, HIPAA and shit like that.
Hippo?
Yeah, hippo. So we'll get
Hippopotamus?
into all that shit later.
Hippo, I'd say it's hippo hop. That's what they make. They make hippo hop.
Well, what about, do you watch Game of Thrones?
Do I watch Game of Thrones? No, I don't watch Gay of Thrones.
Oh, you just offended. You're you're going down, buddy. You
You're
can't
going-
say you're gonna get us booted off of fucking
Oh yeah, bro, they're
social
coming.
media, yo.
I'm sure they're
You
coming.
can't say stuff like that. But no, I don't watch it either, but people say it's kind of good. I'd probably watch it if I binge watched it or something, you know, power. It's all about power and war and shit. So I'd probably like it.
Yeah.
But I guess apparently it took 2 years to make these last six episodes, and in one a fan spotted in one of the scenes there was a Starbucks coffee cup.
That's funny.
So they worked 2 years on perfecting the scene, and
And they put when he
somebody
left the Starbucks cup. That guy's fired. Whoever that
Yeah.
call it that coffee cup guy was, he's done. The coffee getter, dude,
Yeah,
he's fired.
you're over, buddy. You just ruined.
Either that
you
or
just
like
you
either
just
that or
ruined
you know, he's
Game
like,
of Thrones.
he's on donut duty now. All right, you do donuts now. No more
Yeah,
coffee. You can't
you
get the
don't
coffee.
you don't get no more fucking coffee for us, buddy. Hold on 1 second.
Mm-mm.
I need some fucking Joe in my life.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm dragging today. Joe, coffee.
Joe?
Yeah.
Jim Joe? Joey Jim?
Joey Z.
Joe Z. Shout out Joe Z. And Joe Z, if you don't know who you are, that's good. Because Coach doesn't either.
Hey, another thing I've seen too that's getting crazy, because I know if I was in a crowded store and somebody came in and started singing and they were talking about watch out, about they were about to fire some shit up.
Mhm.
I'm turning into fucking what's his name? Die Hard. I'm turning into
Die
John
Hard.
McCain. Especially if you got kids. If you see some of these videos, these people are coming in here, prank, whatever, going into like Walmarts when it's crowded, and then they just start yelling with aggression at another person. Then one of the person like fake slaps them, makes a real wow, and then the guy after he gets slapped like, watch out, watch, reaching like he's pulling something, and everybody's just scattering. You got
Oh
kids
my
and older
God.
ladies and stuff like that. That has to be against the law.
No, it definitely is against the law. That's insanity. Well, I mean, it's no different than there was this guy who did pranks where like he would dress up like he was like a jihad, like a terrorist. Like he'd wear like the towel. He'd be like he tried to dress like a stereotypical like depiction of a terrorist, and he would run around and like throw like a bag at people like it was a bomb, like just
Yeah.
doing that, like acting like it was a bomb.
I seen those too. They're funny,
Yeah.
but it's really it could go wrong
Oh,
bad,
yeah,
especially if you get one of those
uh,
malicious Second Amendment
wielders.
nuts in there.
Yeah, bro. Like you're catching a bullet to the face.
Right.
He'd be like,
Yeah,
it's
he's been waiting for this.
and really, that's what he's been waiting for his whole life. But I could just see the famous last words of that guy would be, "It's just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank.
It's
Yeah,
just
you
a
got
prank,
lead
bro."
in your face. It's just a prank. Yeah, like, and that's it. You laugh at it, you chuckle, then you'd be like, "Holy shit! What if I was standing there, if I was with one of my little kids or something, a grandkid or something, and somebody bugged out? I'm turning into Die Hard. We're gonna tear. We're getting out this motherfucker. I don't know about the rest of these people, but we're getting out this motherfucker. But
Uh,
yeah,
you know what? Hey, speaking of which, so you shared something the other day that I thought was hilarious.
what was that?
It was that you said Altoona
Hmm.
is one of the 15 safest cities in PA.
Right.
And then you were saying that there's a lot of talk around here, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, Coach, like, do you want to be shot? Like, you're just like, yeah, like somebody in Altoona shoot somebody. Someone, it's
No,
like
it's
you're
not
in a
what I'm.
comedy. Oh, well, I'm just saying it to me. It was like you're in a comedy show, and you're like, for fuck's sake, throw a pie or something.
No, I was more or less saying in the manner you got a lot of tough talking people that, if you got any, so you know how your timelines feel. You got grown fucking people talking retarded. People just talking tough shit is what I was saying.
Oh,
Like, and you guys ain't busting a grape, pretty much is what I'm saying. This is one of the
not busting a
safest
grape.
places I lived in my life.
Busting a
So
grape in a fruit fight.
yeah, and I know what the stats are. I watch the news, or not too much the news, but I get like what comes in. There's not a lot. There's a lot of drug users and dealing activity, but there's not a lot of violence,
Yeah,
petty crimes.
like no one's like, yeah, petty crimes, but no one's like dying or anything. Like it's not like I said, not a dangerous like town at all. I mean, not at
There's
all.
just there's just a lot of people talking dangerous,
Yeah.
talking reckless.
Hey, bro, I'll come out. I'll fuck you up, man. I'll
Yeah.
beat you up, man. All
I
right.
see it all the time, man. I see it. I just look at these people like, yo, you gotta be from here, because from somewhere else, I mean, the mouth will get you punched in the mouth.
Right.
Some
Exactly.
people just don't play around. But when I seen that, it sounded right to me.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's pretty safe.
Yeah, it's pretty safe. And another thing that came to my mind was I watched this video of a girl going into a store, and she was cussing out one of the employees, and the manager, instead of defending like and saying to the employee like you shouldn't have called her a dumbass or whatever, the manager came out and said you're a
Got
dumbass,
hood.
and like yeah, like just like told her like get the fuck out of my store.
Sometimes my grandfather told me he owned business, and he always told me the customer's right until he's wrong. You know what I mean? So that means a customer is right. Yeah, that's that corporation bullshit that they're telling their trainees. But when they're wrong, you got to stand up for your workers.
Yeah. Well, another thing I hear is, to businesses like this was another old guy who's worked in management. He used to manage a lot of agriculture businesses. And I put it in his fridge the other day, and he was telling me he's like employees are your best asset as a business. They're your greatest
Definitely.
asset. He's like if you take care of your employees, they'll take care of your business. And I was
It,
like, yeah,
yeah, that's true. And if you're a small like business, um, there's like getting in that matter, like where I'm going to be going back into and doing that, you got to get you a couple workers and you take care of them well. You know what I mean? They can't scale that up they're trying to, everything that they're saying is profit, 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 profit. Not taking care of your employees is like high on their list. Like they don't give a fuck.
mm.
Work for pennies and go get another job because you need
especially
to do that.
especially the big corporations because they'll just say, well, we'll just hire somebody else to pay them less to do this, and they'll abuse the
And,
shit out of that.
and they know it's like they're like high turnover jobs, like McDonald's,
Mm.
like most, like Walmart. You probably get some people that stay there, but it's definitely high turnover where you're not going to have people there making careers
Yeah.
at
Well, you'd be
Walmart.
surprised. Because I know tons of people that have worked at the same gas station or the same factory for like nothing for like 20, 30 years. It's like insanity. Imagine like spending 30 years of your life at a gas station. That'd be
To me,
insanity.
yeah, to me, that's just people that don't have that take the risk or go see life,
Or
get
have
out
a
of
drive.
your area, go see shit, go live.
Hmm.
That's what I credit those type people to. Unless it's a job that you can move up and you're going to get a nice benefit package, retirement package, if that's what you want to do, I understand it. But a motherfucker that works at a dead end job, shit job, and complains about it, I don't want to hear that
I
at
don't want
all.
to hear it.
At
Period.
all, because you're choosing to do that shit.
I'm just saying, like, just picturing working at, like, I would, I don't know, like, for one, I would never be able to do it, but just thinking about someone working at the same place for 30 years, that's insanity to me. You
Yeah,
have to be insane to be like, oh yeah, I can stand working at this place for 30 years of my life.
like a factory. It'd have to be a cool job, like Jim Nance or something. I'd be Jim Nance.
Jim
I bet
Nance
you, I bet you his life is great.
just gets up, gets in the morning, talks about football,
Talks about football, gets to go to the best
game.
places in the world, golf. He does golf. He's on the road, hotel living, probably,
Yeah,
getting
probably.
paid millions of dollars.
You know,
I'll work 30 years as Jim Nance.
I thought for sure you're gonna say something crazy. I thought you're gonna be like snorting crack off a stripper's ass or
He
something.
probably had those days, allegedly. Allegedly,
Allegedly.
Jim Nance probably had some hookers in some rooms, and he was fucking sniffing lines off their
That's
asses.
it. But he's settled down now. Jim Nance is a
Yeah,
responsible young man or old
he's
man.
got, and now he's got crazy Tony Romo with him, so there's no telling what those after game parties are like.
Well, no, Tony Romo just tells him the future before it happens.
Tony is good at that job, though.
Oh
He's
yeah, he
good,
is. He is really
very
good.
good. I give him respect. He's out there. He brought back the John Madden, where you start fucking, you're just like saying shit. It's not professional, like, and you're
Mm,
just drawing on the screen, but it makes sense.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I like that type of shit. I don't like the guys just sitting there like they make a hell of a play and they don't even get hype.
Yeah, or like the oh yeah, oh there's one sports announcer for she's like a chick for the Raiders. She usually does the Raiders games. I can't think of her name. I would like to try and imitate her voice, but I don't think I could do it very well. But like she's like Khalil Mack with the sack or something, and then she just something about her though is like she's just so boring. Like she doesn't have any substance to her conversation. Like she only like says the obvious thing. Like she doesn't have like any additional stuff to commentate on, which is like it's bugs me. Not that I'm saying because she's a woman or anything, but like she's like one of those people because I hear it from other sportscasters too. Is like they don't say anything unless it's the obvious thing that's happening on screen. Where it's like, yeah, you didn't have to commentate on that. Unless you're saying something exciting or you're adding some
Oh,
extra information, then like you know what I mean. Like you're just saying the obvious.
you're
Yeah.
fucking, bro. You're going down the checklist of us getting banned, man. You just knocked the gays. Now you're
The
knocking
women.
women.
Oh, is it? I just said it
What are
wasn't
you
because she's a
doing to
woman.
us, man?
I just said because she's a woman, and now you're gonna be like, yeah, Deb,
No, I'm
it's because
just
she's a
fucking
woman.
around. And nobody's fair around. Everybody's equal around bridging the gap. You're gonna get it.
Clown. You're gonna get clown and trash talk no matter what.
Right. Yeah, I think it's like if you're not like a John Madden, Chris Berman, Nance, Tony Romo, there's only in
They
that
want Pat
oldest
McAfee. They want Pat
that.
McAfee, the kicker that did the Lions game
Oh,
last
he's
year.
wild. He'll
That's
probably be good.
They want him. No, the NFL doesn't want him to announce like a Monday night game, but people like fans want Pat McAfee to do a Monday night game.
Yeah, he's
they're
a
trying to
wild
petition.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a wild guy.
Well, also
They
too, his commentary is funny because he just talks like he's kind of like us in a way where like he's just saying things, like during the game. I think
like yeah.
but they're worried that he might do it like it's his podcast or something and say some curse words or something. Like, boom, that's the shit. Oh, wait, I can't say that.
But I think that's where they should go. They should make a whole nother alignment for it. Maybe create their own portal where people can go on there and watch, like a
Their own
YouTube for the
different sports
NFL,
commentary.
and they could cover some games, and people can go there and find some kind of the announcers. But what it would do is it would take away from their TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's stuff with CBS and whatnot. Yeah,
We should start it, man. We should be like, yo, NFL. We're gonna just call crazy ass games and just say crazy shit. Are you with it? Give
Yeah.
us a bag.
I want. I mean, it'd be. I mean, it's pretty. I'm pretty sure it's pretty illegal for us to live stream a game and then commentate over it. I don't know. That's an interesting thing because you can't. But if you added your own spin to it, would that be fair use?
I don't know. Didn't a kid like a couple years ago figure out that he wasn't copyright infringing if he put his box in the lower right? Some shit. I don't
Yeah,
know.
right. Because you might be commentating on an event. Like if Donald Trump did a live speech and you broadcasted it live from say like your platform and then talked over it, I wonder if that would be fair use because yeah, that's fair use. You're being critical or you're putting your own spin or commentary over top of someone else's thing. So it's like your own content. So if you live streamed a game, right, and then you just muted the thing and just did a lot like talked over it live,
Let's check that out, man, because I would like to do one of those, man.
that'd be sweet. Yeah. Next year, that's what we're doing every Sunday. We would just get up and be like, we'd pick a game a week. We'd be like, all right, what game are we doing this week? And then we'd watch it and just commentate over top of it.
That would, yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Cause what's his name and them are trying to look into it. Gilbert Arenas and somebody else about they would like that would be something that they would go into and they would invest if the, to let people just comment on it how they would do at the house. You know what I mean? Without all the restrictions and bullshit. But we're
All
getting
over
all
shit.
these restrictions, so I guess we could go into that, man. The banning shit. What have you heard about? The people got banned on Facebook.
Well, I mean, I know that recently they've been starting to really crack down on people with different views. I mean, like I said, we were already aware of Alex Jones and people of that nature been getting banned for their particular views on certain things. Maybe they're wrong, maybe they're right. But they're getting banned because they have these outlandish views. I mean, is there someone new, big that I've missed or something?
Um, they got Alex. They got what's his name? Milo Yiannopoulos.
Milo. Oh, Milo. Oh, really? Him?
They got some girl. I forgot her name, and they got Farrakhan, and they got two other people.
On what grounds for Milo? Do you remember?
I don't know. I think they're saying hate speech.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Milo Yiannopoulos. I'm gonna look up see why he
I
got
mean,
banned.
Alex Jones is out of control and he's fucking crazy. But I have never seen him. He hates the Democrats.
The Democrats, they're demons.
Yeah, he's
They're morphing demons. Or he hates the government sometimes too. Because he says lizard people and shit.
oh yeah, he hates but he's specifically saying the Democrat
Lois
wants.
Lois Farankahan or whatever, or is it Lewis
Nah, it's that's Farrakhan.
Farrakhan? Oh, okay, Farrakhan. Farrakhan, you knew what I meant. You knew what I was saying. I want to see. I'm trying to find what he
You
got
wouldn't
particularly.
notice Farrakhan's name when you seen it. You don't notice it.
No, I don't know who the fuck that even is, man.
You don't know who Farrakhan
He
is.
referred. Okay, well, for Farrakhan, Facebook said he referred to Jews as termites earlier this year and called the religion dirty and its followers liars, cheaters, and thieves.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but like, still, even then, like, I couldn't, like, that's someone's like, I don't know, like that's. I mean, I get it because this is what I'm saying. Okay, so this is a complicated conversation because I get it. Your Facebook, you don't want those views on your platform. I get it, right? Like, because if you want to talk about that shit, they're not taking away your right to do it. You can call Jews dirty. Don't take me out of context. You can call Jews dirty liars, cheaters, and thieves, but they're saying, well, you can do that still, but you just can't do it on our platform because that breaks our terms of service. Because there's people out there that don't want to see that. And
Right.
I mean, part of me's thinking, well, why can't people just look the other way? But they can't because that's the thing is Facebook doesn't want to give these people platform to put on their views. You know what I mean?
Right.
You want to talk about
Well,
this Jews being
there's
dirty? Go get like a public venue and gather up a group of people and talk about how Jews are dirty. But don't do it on our Facebook page. Don't do it on Facebook.
yeah. I mean, then that's what they're saying about like what I don't see it as like to me as a user of it. I don't agree with anything. I don't know about Milo. I only seen him once on Joe Rogan, and he didn't seem. But Joe Rogan can keep them kind of calm. So I never seen his deep content, so I don't know about him. But Alex Jones and Farrakhan's been saying that shit since the 50s, 60s. I mean, it's an organization that the government doesn't too much mess with. They got an agreement because the Nation of Islam, they've been around for so long, so they have a believe they're like under attack from the government. But I don't think this is what this is about. I think it's more or less that it's being used because they knew back in last year. We know now from the Mueller report that there was Russian interference on with Facebook ads and stuff like that, the bots and stuff like that. I thought people were crazy saying it. I thought they were just crazy, but it's true, and they know that this section is going to affect what happens in a major way once again. You know it's going to spike once it starts going down and down and down the line closer to election. You know that the social media sites are going to pop off with a whole bunch of crazy shit.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, yeah, because people are gonna, those people are gonna come out. I mean, there's still people that say, just either dumb or ignorant things. I mean, that's gonna happen. But at the same time, this is what I'm saying is like, for me, free speech is, yeah, you're free to say whatever, however, because I feel like that's how we have our good ideas and our bad ideas, because we need something to contrast them to. Whenever you see someone that says, hey, slavery wasn't bad or something, then you go, wow, you know what? Like, what a great reminder that, yeah, it was, and, people actually still believe that it wasn't, or it was justified or whatever, or anything. Any of those things.
Right.
The negative things that, like, people still believe and still hold on to, or whatever, for whatever reason. Just, these social media platforms, they don't want people saying those things. I'm guessing Milo, from what I was just reading up, Milo was banned from Facebook and also his tour in Australia, because he made some remarks after that mosque shooting in New Zealand.
Okay.
I don't know what he said. I couldn't find any quotes or anything, but that's what was reported. So I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on there that are pushing that envelope. I think there would be, if I agree totally with, you should have your right to speak whatever the fuck you want because it's a right, but it's a private platform, so they should, if they don't want it on there, you got to respect that. Maybe it's a thing of saying not those type things, but directing them to the YouTube channel or something off these sites. You know what I mean? I don't see it as a First Amendment. I do see it as somewhere in here there's something political going on where they're saying, we know, that's what I was getting at, that the social media is going to be big in this election. And to me, most social media sites, I think, lean towards the left. It's a lot of liberal, like say nice things to people all day, and never speak, things that go against what are. I think there's a lot of influence in that.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. And I think it comes down to they're saying we're going to try to eliminate all distractions when we go to head up with Trump.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
But you know what, though? In saying that, you wonder why liberals are so... They almost like... I mean, they believe these people exist, but they're also desensitized, or they're overly sensitive, is because they cut themselves off from the fact that the people that they don't want to exist, like the people that do say all the bigoted things and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Instead of having open dialogue like we have, they're like, oh, I can't. They'll go to Facebook and report this guy. I don't want to hear this guy's opinion about whatever, and it's hurting me. It's hurting my feelings, and yada yada yada. And I get it. Some of the stuff is insensitive, and your feelings are valid. I'm just saying that when you start doing that, and then you wonder why do these people exist? I thought they their numbers should be going away. Everybody thinks the way I think. It's like, well, no, it's because all that happened really is that you just pushed them away to now they're on other platforms speaking their opinion somewhere else where you can't see it. That's the problem.
Right. If somebody wants to know, you gotta explain it to them. The problem is people don't do it in a manner.
Mhm.
If you're screaming at somebody hateful things, you're going to shut down. If you really believe what you believe, you have to have that sense to be able to sit down and explain it intelligently, taking out all the trigger words, which just makes sense. You don't have to start the fight right with that individual if you're trying to get your point across.
Yeah. Well, or at least, like, even if you fucking totally disagree, you gotta listen for a second. Only because if you don't, right? They're gonna, because what's gonna happen is, like we said, so, I mean, there's not a chance, because the minute someone starts saying hateful things and then you just shut down and start saying hateful things back or whatever, there's no context for dialogue or anything. So basically, you're just gonna stay left and right. You're not gonna try and, like, understand and maybe come to the other side where someone makes sense. There's no connection there. No one's gonna speak on it. People are just gonna go, all right, well, yeah, you called me a dickhead. Well, I'm not gonna listen to anything you have to say. Oh, you called me a bigoted racist. Well, I'm not gonna listen to anything you have to say, even though the person may in fact be a bigoted racist or an idiot or whatever.
Right. And that's how it's got to be. That's what we do here. Like, you got to talk about. You got to if you can't listen to. I can't listen to a motherfucker that's spewing bullshit. I can only listen to so much and say, okay, that's enough. But just to get the information I need to know and research instead of base an opinion on what social media shows about that person, I'm gonna go see. But I'm not gonna hear anything if it's just bullshit. If you're sitting down and having that open dialogue, that's where it's at. I think that's one of the things that people don't want to do. They just pull their hair out if it's against what they're saying and take their ball and go home.
Yeah.
Type pussy shit.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
No,
mean?
no, I'm saying it's even more pussy where they go to cry on Facebook and say, "Oh, this guy said this remark," and they go away, and then, yeah, sure, they're banned or whatever, right, for their hateful thing, and it goes against their terms of service. I get it, but then I'm saying, like, we get liberals that are so offended by these beliefs, and they're
Well,
saying,
you
"Well, this
get
is the
both.
majority."
Let's not say liberals
Yeah,
because everybody
gets
is
it
acting
right.
like bitches.
Right, right. When they say, or like, if I said something about Obama, right, the Trump supporters might jump on it and say something like, "This guy
Yeah,
says that Barack Obama, even though he did this and this," and it's like, I never said Barack Obama was the fucking god of presidents. All right, dude. It's like, I just said that he's better than Donald Trump in this particular instance or whatever, and they'll, like you said, yeah, they jump on top of that stuff, and like, and instead of, like, having a conversation about it, which I do, I have a lot of debates on Facebook with people, like, conservative people especially, about, like, certain things, like when we talk about renewable energy, and I've proved, well, not really they proved me wrong, but I've been proven wrong, because I would go do my research trying so hard to be like, I'm right, and then I would do the research and I'm like, fuck, I'm wrong, and then I would go and say, yeah, that's my bad. Like, I thought, like, this was how much it really cost. It really wasn't. Like, we had a debate about windmills, like, energy windmills and stuff, and how the efficiency of the power would work, and I'm like, man,
it'll
like,
cause you cancer, according to Trump.
oh yeah, right, yeah, that's what we were researching, and I figured it
Hair
out.
cancers.
I figured out that, yeah, it causes cancer. Yep, that's what I was saying.
But yeah, if you don't do that, you're not going to get. And I truly believe in my heart of hearts that the majority of people in this country can sit down and have a, a conversation if they've seen it by example from our so-called leaders.
Yeah, but yeah, try and see that for an example. Our leadership is, hey, I'm doing a show right now. Anyway, yeah, but as I was saying was, I, I get it yelled at from my sister. I'm like, I'm doing a show right now. Leave me alone. I'll be out. Anyway, yeah, but it's like a Hollywood special. It's like a show almost up there. I mean, it's just, that's why we need to start. I think we need to make a celebrity president. I think we do, because then we would. I mean, really, already do, because Donald Trump was, like, kind of like a
Trump's a
celebrity.
celebrity.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, get a, like a straight up, like,
Let's get Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. You think Martha Stewart? Yeah.
Martha Stewart is hood. She's what Trump used to be before he got into this, to the, like, everyday person, like, you know what I mean, the person that doesn't, like, what we're just talking about, wild out. If you don't believe me, I can't support that, or I can't say, yo, you're right about that, or anything. They just wild out. Just, the meat and bones of our country, the people like that, they that's who Trump. People liked Trump before he went in here and had to do what he had to do to become president. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
So Martha's like that, right? She's been like that for years before she even went to the Bing.
So Martha Stewart for president. Are we gonna drive that train?
Let's get it.
Let's get. We're gonna put her on. We're gonna get rich and powerful. We're gonna get this show rich and powerful someday. We're gonna put Martha Stewart on. We're gonna be like, all right, Martha, you're our puppet.
Martha, you gotta go run for president.
You gotta run
People
for
would vote for Martha.
even if she dropped like even if she got like only 10% of the vote, that'd be a victory in my eyes. I'd be like,
Yeah.
we got Martha Stewart to get 10% of like American popular vote. Like that's impressive.
And I believe like business has to be part. You have to be able to understand business. She's self-made.
Right.
She's successful. She's a little grimy.
Yeah. Did she make
she's
like
doing a little
books?
inside trading.
Didn't she make a couple books? She wrote a couple books, didn't she, Martha?
She's got an empire. She's good. I just like her as a person. I think she reminds me of like my mother and grandmother. You know what I mean? She's just like not too strict, like laid back, like under. You know what I mean? I think the country late to somebody like that, but that's not her thing. We just threw that out there. She's not running or nothing like that. I think she's good with her life. But you need somebody, that can sit and just listen. And that's sad. That's where we're at. Because it's already divisive. We talked about this before. Being a Republican and a Democrat is decisive. From RIP, when they made the Constitution and government. It's already divisive.
Right. Basically, they're trying to make you play with the cards they deal and say, all right, you're either this or that. And there's a lot of people like, I ain't any of those.
None of that shit.
I ain't any of it. And this is actually another funny conversation that it kind of ties into what we were talking about. I was talking with this girl just last night, and when I was talking to her, she was saying about she's like asking me questions and stuff, and I just said, hey, I was like, if you ever want to talk about this stuff, I was like, we could meet up and talk about it. And I just told her like I'm not gonna keep Snapchatting you about all this stuff, and she's like, well, why? I said, well, one, I'm lazy. For one, I'm lazy. I don't like typing all this stuff. But two, I'm a face-to-face person. Like, I don't like telling people, because I think it makes it very easy for people to detach from you, or like how would I put it? To not actually take in what you're saying, like the gravity of what you're saying, or like or whatever. I said, like, because if you want to talk about these kind of things, yeah, let's have a conversation about it. Let's meet up, let's talk about it. But like, I'm not gonna sit here and just keep texting you and Snapchatting you, like, my whole life story. Like, if you want to find out, like, and I'm not saying this for like girls, I'm saying like in our human interactions, like any human interaction, right? Like, I feel like whenever we're texting each other, it just makes it easier for us to be like, oh, forget talking to them or whatever. It's like, no. Like, I'll tell you what, like, you seem interested in what I have to say, and I want to hear what you have to say. Let's meet up and talk about it sometime. Like, that's the wave I'm on now. Like, I tell people all the time, you want to talk? I'm like, let's go meet up somewhere. Let's go do something. But other than that, I'm like, or call me. But other than that, I'm not gonna keep texting and Snapchat you. Basically, the only thing I'm using my phone for anymore is like sending information that I gotta send so someone knows what's going on, or like yes or no's, or basically where are we meeting, because that's it. Outside of that, I'm not messaging you shooting Joe shit over my text messages.
I feel you. I'm like that too. I don't talk too much deep stuff on there, or a million and one questions. I'm about that too. Like, yo, let's just meet up and talk about it, and then we can understand each other. Because there's a lot of things can be taken wrong in text and all that.
Lack of context, but also I just feel there's a lack of human connection. Is what I'm saying. Like, you don't connect with the person.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like, because like you don't get to see the expression on their face when they tell you about something they like. Like, I live for that shit, Like,
so were you asking her out? Were you asking her out there?
No, I wasn't asking her out. I was more like...
Yes, you were.
Yes, you were. I was more like, let's hang out, let's talk about some shit. That's what I was like. Is she hot?
Is she hot?
I can't disclose that information. I can confirm nor deny those comments.
Oh, man, you suck. You got to put that out there. Put her on... Put her on blast. We're gonna turn into that show. We're blasting everybody for their conversation
I
for
can't. I can't.
private conversations.
I can't disclose any further information. We'll talk about it maybe later. Hey, by the way, it's a beautiful day. We should do something with the football today. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Nah, motherfucker, that little sidestep juke don't work with me, motherfucker. Put that shit out there. It's like, no, I'm just playing. I would never put anybody's business out there. I believe two people's conversation should be between them until they put it out.
Until they put it out, like I almost did. You're like, what is it?
You almost slipped, buddy.
Yeah.
You almost slipped.
I put it out there, and you were prying, man, and you almost got it out of me, but
Yeah, I wasn't really trying. If I was trying, bro, I'd try a sneaky tactic with that one.
Yeah, you try some
But
sneaky stuff.
that's how it happens, though, too. A lot of people say some crazy shit. Now that you know gatekeeper and you're allowed to just get on there and say it, some people say some fucked up shit. Yeah.
People have no filter. Like, they're like, should I be saying this? Nah, fuck it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
They go off emotion and just be like, damn, I can't delete this fast enough. Hey, that's a question I wanted to ask. Are you, when you're deleting things, have you ever like posted something and said, oh man, I don't want to post that, what am I doing, like we just talked about, and you try to delete it but it won't delete? Have you had that problem? Or
never had that problem. Usually it goes away, but someone might see it, and then when they go to click on it to react to it, it says viewer took down the post or whatever. So no, I haven't had that problem.
I've been having that problem lately. I don't know if it's
what it is. They're just trying to catch you with your hand in the cookie jar, Coach. You're like, what's Coach saying here? Oh, he's gonna share this. He shouldn't have shared that.
I think that might be what it is to go into the profile. You know, the algorithm, they're profiling everybody, but we know that. So they might just that's how much time it takes for them to see what you posted and posted. Oh, he posted this and he took it down real quick. Put that in that profile part of his profile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like put that in there. Like the stuff that he tries to post but takes down. That's his
takes down.
He's got repressed memories or something, or he's crazy.
It's like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have posted that.
He's got a girlfriend or something that watches his stuff. He can't post that.
I'm not posting none of that. Some shit I look at like, yeah, you got to take in consideration some of, maybe family members, mothers, aunts. So I try to keep it tame, but in the same boat, I got to be me.
Yeah, but you got to keep it. You got to keep it on the DLs. So your mom don't come at you like, "What's this you posted?"
No, I don't think she would say. As long as I wasn't on here fucking about to join a militia or something.
Join the militia.
Do some dumb shit. She wouldn't say anything. But yeah, so I think that's what it's all about. They're just, I think that it's it's the liberals being over liberal. I agree with a lot of the liberal stuff as saying
I wouldn't even use liberal
this
as
is
a
going
thing.
too far.
I wouldn't even use the word liberal. Oversensitive, because if you use liberal almost makes it seem like liberals are sensitive. But I know people that are liberal, and I would consider myself liberal, and I'm not like overly sensitive.
Well, I think just the overall perception of the party,
yeah.
is oversensitive, and it's coming from that. I just think people, they need to toughen the fuck up sometimes, man. The best thing to do in certain situation is just to face that shit, shut that shit down, and people leave you alone. If you're looking for social media to, the only reason I like it, and I like I said, for people to, I don't want to go to another platform to look for the, you know what I mean? I want to get the information from the platform that I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's bad, I believe in the first minute. You can say whatever the fuck you want. If you're not starting to uprise and doing violence on you, I really think you should just let it go, because like you said, skip over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're looking for social media to do that type stuff, you're looking in the wrong place.
Yeah. Well, if you're ever looking for fucked up shit, you go to 8chan.
What's that?
It's that thing where I found that manifesto from that guy who shut up the mosque. Remember, I found it and read it, and we talked about it. That's where So like you
Black
could,
market type
yeah,
stuff.
it's like a yeah, it's like it's a website where basically like all these like it's like we're nationalist KKK people, like everybody that's like has some kind of, not good, very uninformed opinion about stuff, has very skewed perceptions on there. Have there's weirdos everywhere. There's like people on
Well,
there probably the
there's
child pornography and shit. Like I guarantee those people are on there. I haven't looked for them, but I bet you they're on there. Like pretty much weirdos are on there.
yeah, a bunch of fucking crazy underground people, like the black web, man. I mean,
Mutants. Dark web, yeah.
dark web,
There's
black
some
web,
fucked
dark
up.
web.
There's some fucked up stories on the dark web. We should go over someday. We should find somebody that'll take us to the dark web, and we should go like do a documentary thing on it. We'll probably
What do you
die.
mean? I post Bridging the Gap in there every week.
Oh really? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you know what though? We think our show's a little woke, but like I mean, if we posted our shit in the dark web, everybody in the dark web would laugh at us because they're like on some next level shit. Like they're like
Right.
anonymous operates on the dark web. Like they'd
They,
be like,
they call us
fool."
cops,
Yeah,
bro.
right.
They'd be like the cops infiltrated.
They call us the feds compared to what they're on. They're like they're feds.
Hell yeah.
They're feds.
But I don't. Yeah, I think that shit's crazy, and they got to police that too. I think that's a lot of focus in that area because it's crazy on there. You can find anything you want. You can fucking like Uber treats a hitman and shit. You can do anything on the dark web, man.
That's fucking funny as hell. Uber Eats a hitman. The guy pulls up to your house.
Like, who you need me to shoot?
They need me to shoot. All right, I'll do it. Or they wouldn't even do that. They would just probably poison them or something. Like that's how it would be nowadays. Like there wouldn't even be shooting involved. It'd just be like I will just poison the person. However you need me to do it. We could talk about what's that?
Oh, go ahead. My fault.
I would say no. It was we talked to somebody about that whole situation. We'll leave it. We'll leave it there. That's like
Right.
we'll leave it there.
Bro, I think a lot of that was just fucking wild imagination.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
or-
Well, maybe it happened once, and then when it happened once, then like every day it was like that. Like anytime you got the flu or you got sick or something, you just start getting paranoid. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that was a lot of like, I didn't take my medication for a couple days.
I was off my Percocets or my Xanax or some shit.
So, do you believe, closing this up? All right, I believe in like the First Amendment. Everybody should be able to talk. But again, I believe in that's their platform if that's what they want to do. But they definitely have to figure out, the balance in it so it doesn't turn into another left-right thing. It's just like there's got to be balance in it where everybody's got to be held to those standards just to
Yeah.
do it like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm in the same exact boat you are. The platforms have all rights to get rid of whoever they don't want off the platform because it is their platform, and you're giving them a platform to speak, basically. So I'm okay with that. As for the individuals and their views and stuff, I think anybody should be able to say whatever they want. Like we always say, you're liable to get your ass beat for saying what you're saying,
It's
but
consequences.
there's consequences to the things you say. But you have that right. You have the right to say what you want. You have the right to say what you like, but I have the right not to like what you say.
Right. And nobody has the right to punch somebody in the face, but
Yeah, right. And no one
It
has
could
that
happen.
right either, but it could happen, and that's what I'm saying. So
So we'll just see where it goes. To me, it's a slippery slope. I think it's one of those things like that they can just keep building and building, and then they'll be saying all kinds of crazy things we can't talk about no more. And I think it's part of like the net neutrality type thing too, also to control the content and where it's going, and like because it's all about money, bro. We're able to go on here and get free platforms to use to promote ourselves and become entrepreneurial and get our points out there for free. And they're looking down the line to say, hey, how are we going to do this? Like the big rich people corporations are like, how are we going to be able to monetize this?
mhm.
Monetize certain certain sections of certain things. You know what I mean?
Perspectives. Yeah.
Yeah, perspective.
All
So
right.
that's pretty much all I got with that.
Yeah, I agree. I want to move on to one of the things I want to talk about. It
What's
was
that?
about trailer parks. So this was this thing that John Oliver did on his show last week tonight, but I just thought it was interesting and I wanted to bring it up. That corporations and investors and stuff are buying like trailer park lots, right? Because most, if you know how trailer courts work, like trailer parks, I live in one. There's a mobile home on top of a, they
I'm
buy it
just
on a piece. I am trailer trash, goddamn. Anyway, yeah, they put a trailer on top of a plot of land, and they pay rent on the land because they pay a lot rent. That's what they do. They pay rent to the piece of land that they have per month, and that, for their trailer to sit there, because maybe they bought the trailer, right? Maybe they own the trailer. Now they own the trailer, but the piece of land below the trailer they don't own, and it could cost thousands of dollars to get it moved. Some and a lot of, there's older people that live there for a long time that live in these trailer parks. So now these corporations buy the lot and they up the lot rent, right? And it's literally predatory because there's actually footage that on John Oliver's show that they show, and I'll post the link to that episode again so everybody can see it. But guys literally telling people at an investors thing, right? He gathered up a group of business investors and stuff, and he's talking about the business plan to buy, why it's a good investment to buy trailer parks, and he says because they can't move. He's like, they're trapped. He's like, you can up the lot rent, and they're either gonna go bankrupt, and they can't afford it, or you know what? They'll sell the trailer. They'll sell the trailer to you, and then he's like, then you get you get a trailer that you can actually rent out to other families that have to come in, and then they have to pay for the rent of the trailer and the lot rent itself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine there's different kinds where some people own their trailer and some people don't.
Yeah. Right.
I would imagine. Yeah, that sounds like corporate greed all day. But what is it? What are they trying? So you're saying that's the specific thing is that their goal is to get your trailer.
It's not their goal. What he was stating was that you win. You win no matter what. He basically said it's a win-win-win. No matter what happens to these people, you up the lot rent, they have to pay it. There's nothing they can do. They have nowhere to go. Most people can't afford to leave your trailer, you know what I mean? And pick, like, cuz it costs, like I said, thousands of dollars for one of those trucks to come pick up your mobile home and take it somewhere else. And that's what he's saying basically is they can't go nowhere. They have to pay it if they want to live there. If they can't afford it, well then they'll probably have to give up the trailer. If they bought the trailer, like they own the trailer, then they'll probably end up just selling it to keep the money either to you or to whoever, so then they can go somewhere to live in a home or with their other family or whatever, right? Because they can't afford it. They'll take that money and then they'll either rent out that lot and the trailer. Now they'll rent out the lot and the trailer to another family that needs a home, and they have to pay it. No matter what, they win basically, right?
So they're jacking up prices. That's pretty much gentrification.
Yeah,
Without
basically.
so so they're fucking infiltrating the trailer parks now. Huh?
Right.
They're infiltrating them now since they do it to the neighborhood. And that's what they do. They go grab property and jack it up. You can jack up the rent, jack up living costs around there, putting in different things that people can't really afford. So that forces people out. You're right. That's gentrification, bro.
Yeah.
You better fight it.
Yeah. Well, here some of the things they're trying to do is a lot of you'll have a lot of these trailer courts that are actually the people within the trailer court are trying to band together to literally buy the whole lot where they
That's a
all
good
own
idea.
it. That way no one can up or raise the thing. Like they're just going to buy the lot from the guy or whatever. And where I live there's like, there's like this there's like older guy who lives around here that owns the whole thing. Like he owns the lots, which is nice. But the thing is, like, those people eventually sell out to these corporate people. Like they're slowly infiltrating. And like I said, I just thought it was an interesting story because it's like something you never would have thought about. No one's like thinking like, wow, like what's going on with this? And like these trailer courts, like I said, these corporate people are buying trailer courts and raising up the money and basically forcing people to have to pay it. And it's like it's a disgusting thing. Like and it just shows corporate greed. It's bad capitalism run away. That's what that is.
So are trailer parks like they're like if you own them, they're pretty like profitable, right? You're
Oh,
just
very
renting out your
profitable.
land.
Yeah,
You,
basically, you're renting out your land. You're like saying, here, you could have a house here, and they section off the pieces of their land too. Like this is your lot, right? They section
mm-hmm.
off the piece of land and say, this is your space. You have to pay me this much, and think about how much they make in a year. Now, depending on certain things, you might like the person who's the guy running out the land. But I mean, yeah. I mean, it's profitable, definitely very profitable, even without raising the stuff. But you have these rich fucks, these corporate people that want to get the most out of you, and they'll up the price to like absorptive fees, and basically like you have to pay it.
Fuck them rich fucks.
No, agreed. That's how I'm feeling
I
right
hope
now.
I hope the trailer park stands up and revolutionizes it.
It's a revolution. A trailer. They get out their pitchforks and their meth labs and they
There's
get
a
out.
lot of meth labs in the trailer park, so
Yeah. Well, they make jokes about it down south. I don't know about here. I don't know. I haven't asked all the neighbors. Most of the neighbors in my most neighbors in my trailer court are they're all they look like they're all old. They're all old people or like they're people that are just I mean they're I mean I have there's people in my I got to be honest with you. There's people in my neighborhood that have broken down cars, like cars with just no flat tires
you're
sitting
a
in the
trailer park
driveway.
boys episode.
Yeah.
Here, could we come out there and film an episode of if they came down? Could they do a trailer park episode, trailer park boys episode in
They
it?
sure could try. They probably have a lot of offended old people. They're gonna like, what are they doing drinking scotch in the middle of the street? And then you probably have the one guy in our neighborhood to be like, yeah, let me drink some scotch with you guys.
That's how it would be, man. Trailer parks are the what do you call it? Rural? That'd be rural areas, right? Where you live?
Yeah, rural. This is a rural town.
It's the rural area projects, buddy. That's what it is.
It's a rural area project.
It's the white people's projects.
The city has the projects, and the rural areas have the trailer parks.
Trailer parks. They're trying to move in, bro. Don't let it happen. You better be out there. I better see a video of you out there leading the revolution with your Bridging the Gap shirt on, like having them out there chanting,
looking like Che Guevara.
Yeah,
lots of long hair.
Tie a headband.
Yeah, like a Rambo. Yeah, some shit like that. Revolution.
Go out, bro. Go out with it. Yeah, that's just what it is, man. They're making it hard for the work. Everything's about the working people and the people that are actually trying to make a contribution, and just leave the place better. That's how I like that saying. Leave the place better when you leave it than you when you got here. Yeah. Those type people take the brunt of everything, and the people that are just living common lives and just okay with that, they get treated like shit.
Yeah. Well, the only other interesting thing about it too was, it's crazy from the working class perspective. You have to be constantly watching for how the rich elite people are gonna fuck you. Like, it's something that if you're living in a trailer court, you wouldn't even expect, and then one day you just see your lot rent go up, because that's what they were telling the stories about, is these they're like backdoor deals. The guy would sell the trailer court to the corporation, and then the old lady would say, well, one day I woke up, like 1 month I woke up, and the rent just went up like $20, and then it went up, $60, and before you know it, 3 months later it was $200 more a month, and it was nothing. Like you wouldn't even notice it. And that's what I'm saying is like you have to be so aware as a working class person in America, like looking left, right. How is someone going to try? How is a corporation going to try and fuck me? Basically. Fuck
the corporations. We'll get into that one day. I forget what it's called. I don't have it written down anywhere, but we're going to delve into that, where there's groups, independent groups that corporations and politicians both help decide what that politician is going to go, and it's out there. It's not it's fact, and we need to get into that one day and talk about that.
Right. Well, this is another conversation about socialism we could have, because this is an example of runaway capitalism, because there is no repercussions for these people, because they're just doing business, but it's predatory. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's taking advantage of people. It's fraud. But there's nothing they can do, I guess, because that's how they decide to run their business. They don't like it, they can leave. Do you know what I mean? But it's like you can't play.
They're finding the loopholes.
You can't play. That's what I'm saying. You can't play. It's unethical and not right to be playing business with people's lives and homes. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you can
Well,
play
that's
business with your product, but with people's like homes and livelihoods and stuff, like that's insanity to me.
yeah,
That's
it
all.
is. I totally agree. It happens all the time. Happens to people in every type of area, every type of race, economic. Besides, unless you're in that bracket of where you can change with the change. You know what I mean? And these are type things that people find. They use those loopholes, they beat it down until the government steps in and says, okay, that's enough. And
But then
so
they
that could,
already, but they're
huh?
already like they're already millions of dollars richer, and they could pay whatever the fine is or whatever, and say, all right, thanks for the fine, and they back out, go into another business or do something else. And by then they got their
That's
money
how
and
it
got
is.
out. You know
That's
what I mean?
how the that's how that shit runs, and that's why people like the normal person, the sheep that keep their eyes just like, and we're not, I'm not saying these ain't bad people. I just think like what I always think about something that people just follow and do something that means they didn't research and they don't know what really going on. They just, and that doesn't make them a bad person, it just makes them uninformed, where
Right.
they, you know what I mean? Because there's so many common people out here trying to do the right thing. If they, and they're like, okay, it's, we're supposed to pay taxes, this happens, these type things that they're doing where people get rich off of us and just mess our lives up, like you said, take homes, that whole loan home when the economy crashed, and all those banks and all that, that was some crazy stuff. That's the stuff they do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something that we need to get the right people, even though, you know me, I don't agree with none of that shit, but I would tell people that would talk about it, you have to go out there and find people, which is very hard because they'll tell you anything they want, and vote them into those positions. I always suggest at the smaller level, if you live around your place, you should be active in who gets in there, and you know what I mean, and does the things that you want to do. But even in them small levels, it's so corrupt and ran by people that just want to make them put themselves and put their friends in business to make more money.
Right.
And
All right. Well, we're about an hour in, Coach. You got anything else you want to say?
oh yeah, I wanted to talk about one more thing, and that's where I was going into, was like, that's a perfect segue about what they do and then when they shut it down, just like the executives from that got for the opiate crisis. What's his name? John Kapoor.
Kapoor. Yeah,
He almost,
one of those Purdue. The also the Purdue family hasn't been touched yet, but yeah, go ahead.
yeah, they're probably not going to be touched. These are the fall guys. These are the guys. They hit him with RICO, bro, which is a which all these pharma companies are doing. They're RICO in it. They got them with bribery, like bribing doctors to push their opiates, and not telling, pushing them on to patients that don't really need them just to get their one off. And I
Mm-hmm.
think this is the start of the domino effect that's going to happen. They're going to go after certain people, but like the Purdue family, to me, they're at the top of the food chain, so they're just throwing them like, okay, we got to stop doing this way, you're going to change the laws, okay, give us time to change the laws, and here's our sacrificial lambs,
Yep.
take these guys. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Yeah, but
And
I'm
let us just adjust to what the new law, and even probably have a lot of say in what to do. You
again,
know,
but again, that is another example of runaway capitalism because they were people. This happened for years where they were able to literally just say, "Oh yeah, here we go. Here's our business model," and like basically manipulate people's lives with it, like with these products. Like it's insanity. Like this should have never. The opioid epidemic could have been avoided had those things not be put in place, where pharmaceutical companies aren't run like those particular businesses. Do you know what I mean? Like there has to be
yeah.
more checks and balances to what it was.
We need to get small, like everybody should try, like I tell all the youth moving forward when they ask for the advice and that type stuff, like I think you should always, even if you're working and you're going to school, you should take time out of your life to start some kind of LLC, even if it doesn't make money at first, even if it's just like maintaining, and you're taking your time to do that. When you have the time to focus on that, you build that structure and you just start working at it until it becomes, you know what I mean, or you get your friends in position to when like groups of people, and go back to the small business way of doing things, because with the technology we have, we can basically get these products from these people that they're selling in the stores and marking up so much. You know what I mean? If you get a group of people together, and you guys work it out, and you work out a good system, and start supporting those type of business to get these fucking greedy fucks out. They're taking everything, wringing out our wallets, and then just dipping.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So fuck them.
Fuck them. All right. Well, I got probably a piece of birthday cake of my mother's with my name on it, and
Yeah, go handle that. Tell your mom I said happy birthday. Enjoy your day. You know.
go handle that. I have to go handle that cake. It needs handled. Go handle that, man. It needs handled. You need to handle that cake.
Needs handled.
Yeah, someone's got to handle.
Are you gonna
cake.
push it in her face? I do that to my not to my mom's. That would probably end well, but I do it to. I used to do it to my kids when they're younger all the time. I'll probably hit them with another one when they're older, but I used to just take, like, I had twins, so I would sit in the middle of the cake, right, and they were on the side. I got them good one time, and I just hit it like. Bam! Smacked it in their faces and shit, yo.
Now, we gotta blindside them. The next one you should do, if you're ever gonna do that again, you just put the cake there. They're ready for you to dip their face in. Then, like, they blow out the candles you didn't dip their face in, and then you have another cake, like, in your hand or something. You go wham and just smack them right across the face with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get creative. They're grown now. They ain't going for no stupid shit. They won't even sit down next to me.
They like get like a restraining order. On the day of my birthday, Coach cannot come within 5 feet of me at my birthday cake. Can't do it.
All right, we up out of here.
We did
some good convo today. So you guys watch, share. Oh, we're not supposed to say that no more.
Can't say that. It's illegal. Share it. And
just do something.
Do something with it with a button that particularly it looks like the words. The word will say SHARE. It's spelled that. You can click that button, and it has an arrow on it. Click that, and then you should do that, and then just make a little thing that says Dev's gay or something.
Yeah, put that all through the comments. Dev's gay, and he's gonna get us banned.
He's gonna get us banned. Say ban Devin. Get me banned from Facebook. That'd be cool. But as always, stay beautiful. Take care of yourselves, everybody. See ya. We out of here.
Bye.